Music is such a massive part of my life. I literally listen to music every day. My work is being a musician and a singer. It's just so important to me, and has kind of always been. And this year there have been so many amazing releases and so many new albums from my favorite artists of all time that like I kind of had to make a video. And this is the first video music related, but there's gonna be way more of them in the future because I'm really into that, and I think like it's one of my passions, and I think it's important to share that, and it just makes me happy to make the world hopefully discover new music that I love. Today we're gonna focus on my favorite albums that came out in 2018, and I thought we'd do a little top 5. In 5th place is the only musical soundtrack of this list. I really wanted to talk about this one because the album is incredible, and it's such a musical that no one knows and that was just created this year, and that is, the music is so incredible. And it's The Boy Who Danced on Air, written by Tim Rosser and Charlie Sonne. I don't know how to pronounce the names. I don't want to talk about it like in details, but please go and listen to the soundtrack, and please read as many things about it as you can, because it's not a well-known musical at all. You can't really find lots of information about it, but it's about really interesting and important subjects and characters and a culture that we don't know anything about. And the music is majestic and made me cry so hard, and it's so, oh, it's not a happy it's not a happy one, but it's so well written and beautiful. And so it's in 5th place because I didn't want this to be a musical list, but I really needed to talk about this, and honestly it's one of my favorite albums that came out in 2018. So in 4th place is Pray for the Wicked by Panic at the Disco. What can I say? I love Panic. I started loving Panic very recently, like maybe this year, start of the year, I started really getting into Panic. And this last album is my favorite. It's literally everything that I love about Panic in an album. I love the recent Panic way more than the older one. Like, I never got into Panic at the time when it started getting popular because I didn't like it as much as the music they make now. But this album is fantastic. I love every dance song. I jam to it so much. It's such an amazing piece of art. In 3rd place is not an album but an EP, and it's Sunset Season by Conan Gray. And I used to not like Conan's music. I absolutely love his videos. He's one of my favorite YouTubers, if not, yeah, it's like literally at the top of the videos I watch, yeah. But I never used to really enjoy his music at all until he came out with Generation Y, and I started having it on repeat. And then Crush Goethe was it's just so good, and like just so real and so well written. The lyrics are incredible, and it's just a kind of music that I don't hear anywhere else, and it's so specific to him and his whole aesthetic. And like, if you look at his music videos, it's the kind of thing that you see, really. And the whole EP is so good. My favorite song is Greek God, probably. I love them all though. But I really love Greek God, and yeah, he's just a really good artist and someone who's like starting to rise, and it's just really nice seeing him make such great music and such great art and going on tour, and he's so young, and it's just really nice to see him succeed. In second place is an album that probably everyone is expecting to be on this list, but it might come to you as a surprise that it's not the first one on the list, and it's Strange by 21 Pilots. 21 Pilots is my favourite band with My Chemical Romance. 21 Pilots is my favourite currently existing band. And they did not disappoint. I was so excited for them to release new music, and this album is a piece of art from start to finish. The universe around it and the music, every single song is so good. And I know some people hate the album, some people love it. I just simply adore it. It's so powerful, it's so well written. It still sounds like 21 Pilots, but it's so different from everything that they did before. I didn't get the opportunity to see them live, but it must be so amazing, this whole album live. It's must be such a journey, and it's just incredible. And I get people that don't like it, or that don't like it as much as the other albums, because it's very, very different. But I don't think you can deny the fact that it is really well written, and it is really an amazing piece of music. My favorite song from the album, for very personal reasons that I can't really explain, is Neon Gravestones. It just speaks to me. As soon as it started, the first time that I heard it, I literally had shivers. It's just, I don't know, every time I hear the start of the song, I'm like, oh, it's that song. I just love it so much, and it just speaks to me on like a very different level. But the album is full of amazing songs, honestly. If you haven't listened to it, give it a listen, if you don't like 21 Pilots, because it's very, very different from all the things that they did before. And finally, in first place is Villains by Emma Blackery. And I didn't think that it would be my favorite album of 2018, but it is, and it's for so many reasons. It's so well written. The progression in the album, every single song individually is so strong. The lyrics are incredible and so well written and so true and real and raw. And I've been listening to Emma for years. I've been following her for years, and I always liked her music, but with this album she made such a massive step in the right direction. She made so much progress, and I'm honestly amazed at the amazing piece of art that she produced. I've had this album on repeat, and every single song is so strong. I can't like find one that's like weaker than the other ones. They're just so real and so powerful. And I've had the opportunity to see her live twice, and it was probably the best. Yeah, it was the best live experience of my life. And she's becoming to be one of my favorite artists, and as much as I love her and I've followed her for so long, I didn't see that coming. And just give the album a listen if you haven't, and please listen to it from the first song to the last one in the right order. It's so important, and it's so written that way. If you wanna like listen to music that I love and that speaks to me, and you haven't yet listened to this album, what are you doing? And on a technical, musician speaking, objective kind of way, I think that Villains Part 2 is it's the best song of the album. But personally, my favorite song is Burn the Witch. So this was my top 5 albums 2018. I have some honorary mentions of albums that didn't make the cut, mostly because I think they're good, and like there are some fantastic songs on it, but I don't like all of it. I don't like the whole album, but I still think they're worth a listen. I just give them to you and just have some music to listen to. Origins by Imagine Dragons, Sweetener by Ariana Grande, Bloom by Troye Sivan, Mania by Fall Out Boy, and Warmer in the Winter by Lindsay Sterling, because I had to put a Christmas album on there. Let me know what is your favorite music from 2018, your favorite albums. Please send me things to listen to. I always want new music. I'm obsessed. And let me know your thought on the album that I listed today. Hope you enjoyed this. Love you all. Bye.